The nightmare in the Bahamas escalates. At least 80 people now confirmed dead, hundreds still missing. 30 people dead. I meant to say 30. And the country's top health official says the final body count could be, according to him, staggering. Morticians are on the ground embalming bodies because they don't have enough coolers to fit all of the storm's victims either.
This is what was left. You guys see everything in the water? This is just horrible. And for them to come on and say 30 people dead? Why would you even give a number if you know that it's that far off? And for him to misspeak and say 80 and then say I meant to say 30, I just didn't like the way that came off. God help all these people and all these families. There's just nothing left. And this is what they're doing. This is horrendous. They have no choice but to now wrap these bodies and start doing mass graves because they have to stop the spread of disease. These pictures are hard to look at, but they need to be shown. This picture is actually from today, which is great because this was a Canadian search and rescue team that is now down there. But it's September 11th, so it's sad that it took over 10 days to get rescue crews down there. Guys, there's a reason that we keep seeing all these type of machines. What do you think that is used for? While you're watching this, I want you all to put yourself in this house. Put yourself in this house with your family, your kids, your pets. And I just want you to try to comprehend the level of fear, anxiety, and complete chaos that is about to happen to your home. God bless these people. We have to get this information out. I want you to imagine this was a well-built home. So now think of any of these other structures that were not as well built. The devastation would have been much worse, much faster, and more terrifying. My heart goes out to every single person that went through this horribly manipulated hurricane. God bless you all that have had to endure everything that this storm has brought to you. Rest in peace to all the ones that were lost.
Shepard, I'm standing in what used to be somebody's house here on Abaco Island. Just the foundation is left, and really in what used to be somebody's neighborhood, because as far as I can see behind me, off to the right, off to the left, there is nothing left here. It's as if someone took a snow globe and just shook it over and over again. This is not the kind of hurricane that just tears the roof off a house. It's the kind of hurricane that hit here with 185-mile-per-hour winds for 2 days. You mentioned the body count. That is going to change dramatically, because when you stand here, you can smell bodies. I can see dead dogs from where I'm standing, and when I walked with Chris Pontius over that hill to a church there, you could actually see dead bodies protruding from the rocks, bloating and bloody in the sun after several days here. As far as the body collection, we've seen one storage truck which holds bodies, and we've seen police really walk through here with machetes, really guided by a sense of smell, trying to find more bodies. This was a very poor area, a lot of Haitians living in this part of the Bahamas, in this town on Abaco Island. So you get a sense that people didn't know how many people were here. They don't know how many people are gone, and no one really seems to be looking for them very hard. Now, we did see some real acts of compassion and charity at the port. A lot of people from the Bahamas bringing their own private boats. It's almost like a flotilla of desperate people trying to get out of here. They're taking women and children first. Jump on the boat. You can't bring any bags, but at least you can get out of Abaco Island, which for many people here is just a hell with nothing. You ask people, we've seen them pick through these houses here, trying to look for items of value, and you say to them, what do you have? Nothing. What do you mean, nothing? You have absolutely nothing. So when you get in discussions with people sometimes, too, it can get a little heated, very emotional, and certainly people who've lost family members, who've lost houses, and who look around at this landscape, which is completely changed, you can understand that emotion. People basically don't even know where their house was. This is such a jumble at this point, Shepard. It's really an entire neighborhood that's gone. This is the worst of it. And you're just seeing foundation after foundation, car after ruined car. And in some of these ruined cars, which have been flipped over and battered, you can actually see people sitting inside, because that's the only place they have to sit. You can see people walking down the street, carrying whatever items they have. Gas is in short supply. And you basically, whatever you have, you're carrying on your back or in a shopping cart. It's really like scenes out of Mad Max here. All the trees are down. These shipping containers actually were thrown over from the port. So everything is really in a jumble, and the people seem a little bit stunned. And it smells bad here. I mean, as soon as you stand here, you're like, oh, you know, if you've been to Rwanda during the genocide, if you've been to Haiti after the earthquake, you know that smell. And right here on Abaco Island, you have that smell, Shepard. Well, thanks, Shepard. You know, when you see it, it's a lot different. You know, you can read an APY report, oh, there's, you know, bodies everywhere. But when you go up to that Baptist church 500 yards away, and you see arms and legs sticking out of those stones, you know, people who were probably trying to take refuge in a church and ended up dead, and they're still sitting there. You know, you get the sense that there's a tremendous lack of urgency, certainly because it's difficult to reach this location, but also because these are the poorest of the poor. They're dead. Nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows how many they are. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of urgency to try and find their bodies and give them a burial at this point, Shepard.
A man told the Nassau Guardian newspaper he was treading water with his 5-year-old son, trying to cling to the roof of their home when a powerful gust blew that young boy into the raging floodwaters. The father says his son was, quote, reaching for me and calling me Daddy as the storm swept him away. Our Steve Harrigan is on the ground, live on Abaco right now.
Can you imagine? Because I know I can't. I can't imagine my little boy being swept away, calling for me, and me not be able to do anything to save him. It's the reason I'm making these videos. If I can save one child or one parent from having to go through this, then every second that I spend on this, God willing, will be worth it tenfold. Please tell your loved ones that you love them. Give them a hug and hold on to them, because you just never know when you let go if you're ever going to be able to hold on again.